Thanks, Sabrina. I'm here with Vice Speaker B.J. Cruz as well as Judiciary Committee Chair Senator Adolpho Palacios. We'll start with you, Vice Speaker. What was your reaction overall to the Chief Justice's speech today?
I thought it was a very comprehensive speech. I was a little disappointed at the very end when he talked about the amendment, and I was looking for it because that's what I'm really interested in. I was very active with the judiciary when we got the the Organic Act amendment in 2001, 2002 after I retired to get the judiciary fully implemented and recognized. And so I'm really looking forward to whatever this amendment is going to be, and I would like to offer him my support in trying to move it forward, whatever the amendment might be, because I really do think it's imperative that we have a third co-equal branch of government that is fully recognized and respected by all the other branches of government.
We heard a lot also from the Chief Justice talking about the financial problems, the judiciary being as lean as possible, working with the small resources that it does have, receiving less than 80% of its allotments, even though there was legislation and a law that was passed to ensure that they receive the proper amounts. You being a former member of the bench, also a member of the bar, what are your thoughts as far as you guys going into the budget process soon and working on the judiciary's budget and ensuring that they actually receive the funding they need?
Well, we can only pass the laws. Unfortunately, with the civics lesson that he gave, we can only pass the laws and hope that the governor implements it. And if you look at the revenue and financial statement that was issued April 15th, you'll go down and you will see the fact that the judiciary has not gotten its full allotment. And you'll look and you'll see that there'll be certain departments that have overspent already. You know, the Department of Administration is $12 million overspent. A number of the other agencies has spent more than their 50%, and we're only at the halfway mark as of March the 15th. So you know some people are getting better treatment, and it really is a disservice to the judiciary and an insult to the legislature that went through and passed this legislation saying that they should get their 100% funding, and it's not being done. We'll have to talk to the Department of Administration about that. But
what were your thoughts? The Chief Justice also talked a bit about the therapeutic courts, and really they are implementing more and more of these therapeutic courts. The DWI, for instance, gone are the days where you get arrested or a citation and nothing ever happens to your case. Now these cases are being processed.
I think it's great. You know, I've been trying to get the judiciary to address the issue of even when we had the drug courts and how they were able to expunge or dismiss some of those cases. I'm really concerned about our large population on this island who had drug offenses before the drug court, were not able to go through the drug court, and now are unemployable because they have records. And so hopefully I'll work with the judiciary in trying to figure out a way that we can address those so that these people can be fully employed and take advantage of the employment that we hope we're going to be getting with the build-up.
Is there anything else that you wish that you had heard other than the, more specifics on the amendment to the Organic Act? Anything else?
Well, no, not really. I'm just proud of the fact that he was able to come to the legislature and present it. You know, I don't want to cry over spilled milk, but when I was Chief Justice, I was not welcome here, and so I'm really happy about the fact that the Chief Justice is now accorded this respect and this honor, and is able to deliver this speech. So I'm just happy just to see that.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. Now, we are also joined as well by Judiciary Committee Chair Senator Adolpho Palacios to get his reaction to the Chief Justice's speech today. As the Judiciary Committee Chair, what were your thoughts on the speech today?
Actually, Mindy, I share the observation and the sentiments of the Chief Justice, especially with respect to the funding level. To begin with, of course, we established a very, very conservative amount, and then again, to continue to be burdened by the limited allotment. I understand it was at one point 60% below the allotment level that it should have. I hope that the governor actually would have an improved attitude with respect to releasing the allotment, at least no less than 90% of what it is entitled to. I had yesterday some information that they're still owed from previous budget going back to 2004 fiscal year, and they're entitled to that because it's supposed to be rolled over. And with respect to the amendment to the Organic Act, I mean, I don't see any harm of that on our legislative prerogative to maintain checks and balance anyway. I mean, why not? It doesn't hurt me. But yeah, I share their sentiments that the judiciary is actually being treated, or at least I don't know, treated like that, but to be dependent on the legislature for funding level, and then again to be dependent on the executive branch for the release. It shouldn't be like that. That is not co-equal branch of government. And from all my studies in civics, it has to maintain complete independence of each other. The judiciary doesn't enjoy that, and I welcome the Organic Act amendment, if that's the only way.
As you guys go into the fiscal year 2012 budget process and you begin to look at the judiciary's numbers, knowing that the Chief Justice is saying, look, we may have to implement austerity measures as early as July. What are your thoughts as far as making sure, I don't know, sending a letter or making sure somehow that the judiciary can actually get this money so that they are not required to have to reduce services to the public at this time?
Well, I'm going to have to start by reviewing what their budget input is. First of all, that has to be adopted by the Judicial Council, and at least try and lobby for support of what they submit. After all, they would have determined that that's what they need, and then try and preserve that. That's as much as I can do, and then of course urge them to lobby with the others. But I think this will serve as a wake-up call to some members of this legislature that indeed the judiciary has to be treated as a co-equal branch of government, complete independence for funding and for release of allotment. They have to have that.
Anything else that you would like to add?
No, like I said again, this is a serious issue that we don't like to see a justice system in the judiciary system that is weak, because then then it's vulnerable to compromising justice, and that should not be the case.
Thank you so much, Senator, for your time. I appreciate it. And we will, of course, have a wrap-up of the Chief Justice's entire speech later on tonight on Primetime, as well as reaction from members of the Guam Bar, as well as other members of the 31st Guam Legislature.